Let us embark upon a wonderful journey to learn about emotional attachments. Emotional attachment really has to do with the heart chakra. A lot of the times we could be emotionally attached to non-healthy concepts, to non-healthy people. A lot of times you can have a non-healthy husband, you can have a non-healthy girlfriend. The relationship could be toxic. But a lot of the times we can allow our feelings to get in the way. And look, emotional attachment is not just limited to the realm of physical people on the third dimension. Emotional concept is also a concept that we play out as far as emotions. We could be attached to negative emotions, toxic emotions that are actually bad for us. So we can have and develop a lot of unhealthy form of emotional attachments. And that goes down to the realm of food, habits that we create to, deal with our own internal emotional state of being that we may have not been, dealing with. A lot of the times we may have certain energies, certain forms of toxicity, certain generational traumas, certain curses that have been placed upon us because, a mother and fathers could perhaps be participating in certain programs that are not really truly in our favor that we have to learn about as we grow up. And so when we grow up, we're going to start to see that, we have unhealthy form of attachments to certain things. One of the forms of unhealthy attachments that I had was, self-hate. You could be attached to the emotion of self-hate, and you could make your life all about hating yourself because someone outside of you rejected you and told you, especially when you was younger, rejected your true self, your child self, and told you that, hey, you can't be this, you have to be that. So then you could develop this form of internal resentment, this form of internal hate that really just becomes a form of blockage for you to actually truly be yourself. So as we grow up, we're gonna have to learn to remove these, non-healthy form of detachments. Healthy, because it's a non-healthy form of attachment and stuff like that we're gonna have to learn to detach from by just beginning to do the shadow work and really, allow ourselves to clean up the slate. Because a lot of the times we can hold on to these things, and these things can come up and be triggered and through different people, through different situations, doing different things. And if we choose to stay within that emotional body is gonna play out as people, places, and things. Because you have to remember the mind, your chakra, when it's always rotating. So you're always replicating and duplicating thoughts and feelings, patterns, behaviors, and stuff like that. So we have to be able to go within and inspect those things and actually look at the root cause of why we're going about our life in that particular way. Because truly, there's so many ways you can go about life, but for some reason, we're just attached to one particular way that is familiar to us. So that also comes to the question that, what's familiar for us is not necessarily what's best for us. A lot of the times there is unknowns we have to be willing to go into. A lot of the times there's new things, new people, new places that we have to be willing to jump into, because as we begin to change within, our emotional programming is going to change as well, and our heart chakra is going to become open to, receiving new people, new places and things, new experiences and stuff like that. And look, it doesn't mean be stupid and have your heart open for everybody, because if you do have your heart chakra open to everybody and you're too relatable to other people's selfishness, then you're going to be taken advantage of. So it's really important to be emotionally intelligent, but in a way that where your emotions are clear. You have to truly understand what is it that you want and need personally, and you have to truly understand what is it that brings you fulfillment in your life. What are the people, places, and the things that you see yourself doing where you can be at, where you can truly actually be yourself. You know what I mean? Because for me, for example, one of the non-healthy forms of attachments that I had, additionally, as I told you earlier, self-hatred and things like that. One of those other things were food and things like that, right? A lot of the times we may use food as a way to deal with our toxic emotions and stuff like that, but it's really just a way for us to kind of, I guess, get lost into something outside of us, aka the external world. This is why I'm not personally a big fan of exoteric, external. I always recommend people to go within. Now look, certainly there's things that we should go outside of us for, and those are the healthy people, places, and things, right? But that can only come about from an internal healthy disposition that is not limiting us from expansion and awareness. A lot of the times when we have non-healthy forms of attachments, or just the state of being that itself, could be fucked up. Our state of awareness of ourselves could be really fucked up. We could be in a space where we're not so subconsciously aware of what's actually motivating our conscious actions that really just stem from childhood trauma, childhood pain, generational wounds that we have to go in and heal. and stuff like that, right? And a lot of the times when we're not expressing that side of ourselves, when we're not doing the shadow work, that could mean that a lot of the times we're not being emotionally intelligent. That means we're not aware of what's going on with our internal emotional bodies and stuff like that. Because you know what I mean? Another example would be sometimes in my life, I used to give people way more than what they needed because I didn't have a strong sense of self. My sense of self was scattered. I didn't know who I was. So I was attempting to replace my internal identity with an external identity, through the people, places, and things that I was with, through the programs that were available. One part of my evolution was being a Muslim. I almost became a Christian, but I actually started studying the occult and astrology because those are the things that my spirit was calling me to do. Those were the things that my spirit was calling me to learn and understand. And so I'm here to ask you today, there's something that your spirit is calling you to learn. There's something that your spirit yearns for beyond the logical firmament, beyond the programming of thoughts and feelings that you have been indoctrinated into, that your parents gave you, that the world gave you. The world will tell you a lot of things, but it's very, very imperative within the spiritual age, the new age that we're going into, this new time, this new timeline we're heading into, that we really become more aware of what is it that our spirit personally needs and wants, because we're all here to fulfill a particular purpose, not just for ourselves, for God and for the people around us. Because when we say yes to ourselves, when we answer the calling within, we also say yes to God, and we also become a beacon of God's light. Not the one of this world, the one I'm talking about, the one beyond this parameter. Because the one beyond this parameter is unlimited. The one beyond this parameter, it makes all possible. But the one within this parameter, whether you're stuck inside of the political system or believing that this is how politics have to be ran, we see that politics today is not going anywhere really. It's just a methodology of divide and conquer to keep people divided, not just internally, but also externally by catering to one of your desires and vices. And this is actually one of the major problems right now on earth. A lot of people need to learn, to truly learn to go within and stop catering to their internal desires and their internal division. Because unless we as humanity become whole within, we cannot make humanity whole without. It just cannot happen. So the problem of the modern day human is not being able to deal with their psyche, not being able to deal with their insecurities, not being able to look at their insecurities and their vulnerabilities as just, literally like this, literally just a journey. You're literally just going from place to place to place to place. The more you deal with your insecurities, the more you deal with your trauma, your vulnerabilities, these things actually become your newfound strength. So your vulnerability becomes your new phoenix. So if you're insecure in an area, and I promise you, if you truly work on that area, earnestly and honestly, you will truly become aware of that area and you will not be afraid of that area. This is why the sign of Scorpio is really important, because the sign of Scorpio symbolizes transformation, ascension, kind of going out of old forms, because we're dealing with the energy of Pluto here. We're dealing with transformation and change and things like that. So you have to be willing to go through this transformation and this change, and chances are you're already seeing it in your life. Your spirit is calling for you to change, and often when we don't change, our spirit is going to put us through extreme situations so we could see that this situation, this circumstance, whatever it may be for you, whether it's your friends, whether it's your family, whether it's your job, whatever it is, it's not something that's going in your favor, and you need to be strong and attached to your purpose and work on your purpose so God can actually start to show you what are the new possibilities that you can attach to, so you can actually begin to get out of these things and actually create a new reality for yourself, because we are truly, truly creators of our reality. But until we accept our ability to create a reality, we will not be able to create a reality. This is why predictive programming is a very important thing to understand. A lot of the programming we have are just things introduced to us by our parents, the religion that we have, the political affiliation that we have, the jobs that our parents are forcing us to go into based on them thinking this is the only way that something can happen. Understand that our parents are limited by their nature, by their shortcomings, and we are learning to get out of these things, because if we don't get out of these things, the next generation won't be free. I want to have children that are more free. I want to have children that can truly smile. I want to have children that are unlimited, that are expansive, that are not limited by the thoughts, that are not limited by the tradition, the thoughts and feelings of this world. Because I know the thoughts and feelings of this world. I know what my mother and father were into limited me because it was limited by nature, because it kept them stuck in their insecurities and their vulnerabilities and their lack of ability to get out of these things and transform themselves. So we as children, whatever your age is, it doesn't matter. Because being a child is a mental state of being. It's a state of mind. So have joy, have fun, love yourself, because that's what it means to be a child. A child is a mental state of being. It's a mental state of mind. And that's what that means. It doesn't matter if you're 40, 50, 60 years old. I guarantee you, if you begin to get out of these things, because it's about the energy. That's what people don't understand. People think it's about age. It's not about age. It's about the energy. When you have young energy, because the universe is constantly reduplicating and generating your energy via what you resonate with. But if you resonate with the things of the world, your spirit will get heavier, heavier, heavier. If you don't detach from those thoughts and feelings that are logical, that are keeping you in a circus, in a circle, running around like a horse, you're gonna descend and become heavier, and chances are you already know that. So what I want you to do today is take a step forward on your journey to become lighter and lighter as a spirit, and that's what it means to kind of like ascension. You know, I don't want to use necessarily the word ascension, but it's just being able to detach from the flow of information of your thoughts and feelings, and to create a new location as a spirit, because your spirit is not just limited to this body, right? You can detach from your thoughts and feelings by not paying attention to them, and by putting yourself in a space in whatever space you want to hold in as an energy, whether it's the space of emotional clarity. Begin now to feel the emotion that you want to experience in your life. If you want to experience gratitude and thanks, because the universe will give that back to you, because whatever you're looking at externally will look back at you. People, places, and jobs, whatever it is you're looking for, whoever has that energy will resonate with you. Think about it. If someone is already grateful at their job, if someone already has a spiritual practice that they're grateful and happy with, right? Those are the people that you're going to go to automatically via you resonating with that energy signature. But a lot of the people that uphold the practices of the world, what are they? Stressed, worried, and fear, not sure, in doubt. And that's where they're resonating at. Ask yourself, do you want to hang out with those type of people, or do you want to hang out with people that are spiritually expansive and people that are actually with God and have unlimited possibilities within them? Because when I have unlimited possibilities, I can make more possible for you. When you have unlimited possibilities, you can make more possible for me. And that's what's really, really important for humanity in this new shift. And with that being said, I love you guys. Take care. I got some art I got to do. And yeah, peace out. Enjoy your spiritual journey.